Feedback.
Leadership is that capacity to translate vision into reality. Welcome to the program Feedback on NTA Parliament. Feedback is a program where we seek views, ideas, opinions, and positive criticism about our legislators. We shall be back shortly, and my name is Joy.
I'm Abubakar Maki Eleman. I'm from Jigawa State. I represent Madam Dori Kaugama Federal Constituency. Watch the program Feedback on NTA Parliament. Thank you.
I'm glad to have you back as we hit the ball rolling with our first feature on highlights of Ajakuta. Improving education and healthcare is pivotal for the growth of any constituents. While change is necessary, we must ensure it's aligned with our core values and tradition.
I still believe that the Nigerian government will need to understand the political economy of the world. The issue of Ajakuta is, to me personally, I still believe that it's still more than our local politics. So we still have to look at the political economy of the world and see where we can fit in, how we can negotiate, because it's beyond something that I want to pump in money or want to bring in an expert. I'm talking from my own point of view. We're going to sit down, look at those countries, and have discussions with them.
In that spirit of democracy, Ajakuta Federal Constituency proves that change is possible when the community stands together. With the legislative session in full swing, all eyes on the legislator as he navigates the intricate landscape of the federal policy making to deliver tangible results for the people of Ajakuta. Let's meet the people on the streets.
As a matter of fact, the word Ajakuta has become a household name, because each government come and talk about reviving Ajakuta steel industry, and each year we continue to remain the same. And so it's beginning to look like a conduit pipe which politicians or successive government use to siphon money. Ajakuta steel industry, to the best of my knowledge, is supposed to be a very an industry that is going to provide jobs, also help us in several ways. So as a matter of fact, I'm calling on government, and especially the representatives in the National Assembly and the governor of that state, to drag attention of government to that place. Deliberate effort will mean deliberate and sincere effort to revive that company. It's been lying low. It's been robbing Nigeria of millions and billions of naira that would have been getting from it, and a lot of youths are supposed to be just employed there, but we've not been. So a whole lot should be done about our Ajakuta industry to revive it and bring it to speed.
We have always been having members representing that area, and it is only this government that have made it pronounced that what they have for the nation concerning that Ajakuta is going to even blow the mind of people, because the kind of income that can be generated from that steel alone is going to be another gold mine or oil for Nigeria. So there are a lot of money that will come up by the time the government really start, because the other time the president was in India, we heard that he has already negotiated with the big wings in the steel industry in India. So it's only for them now to, and we heard that they promised about, is it not $3 billion? You know what $3 billion means? That's over almost 3 or more than 3 trillion. So to show that this Jagaban government knows what they want to do.
See, if there's one appointment President Tinubu has made, because I discovered that the current Minister of Steel and Weather Aluminium is from there, Prince Audu. In fact, that is the best. Because I think that young man would not have any excuse of not revitalizing Yakuta steel mill. It does not even mean only the member there. The member representing, we have a minister that is from there. Because I keep telling you, the prices of raw steel and all, it's very high. And that's why people also balance that up to building expenses. So if Ajakuta is revitalized. I then also remember the Jos steel rolling mill. Then maybe aluminium in my place. I think this country will move, industrialize, and more to development and building and so on. And you discover if that is done, like now the collapse of building, maybe they say they are using inferior materials. Why not produce superior one here when we have the material? So I really beckon on those young men and people representing there to be very passionate to make sure they revitalize their Ajaokuta steel mill. I pray that God will enlighten them to do that.
I've heard of that place, but I don't know. I'm not aware that government is even having any plan about that. Ajaokuta Steel Company, there are so many companies in Nigeria belonging to the government that are down. Apart from that, they should also think of the cement and other companies that have gone down. If they can revive that Ajaokuta Steel, do you know it's another way of job creation? Because more people will be employed, and there will be more money in the country coming in through that angle also. I think it's good if government can do something about it, and every other companies that are lying down there that belongs to the government.
Economic system, which is what that is making Nigeria not to go beyond the level where we are. Issue of Ajaokuta, I can say that Ajaokuta, if government can put the palliative measure and consider the solving of the masses in Nigeria, Ajaokuta can feed every part of this country can benefit from Ajaokuta. But it's like that there's a kind of a tribalism system that are operating in Nigeria. If the person who is in this govern Nigeria is not from the North Central or from a place, every project that is from the place, they will not take as important to the people. It's one of the aspects that's affecting the nation. If they say we should put all our resources together, none of Nigeria's citizens is supposed to suffer. But they abandoned Ajaokuta since 1982, that the Ajaokuta was functioning during the Shehu Shagari. Till date, there will be passing appropriation upon appropriation year after year, tenures after tenures. Nothing has been done.
Much feedback on NTA Parliament. That's what I tell Nigerians.
The story of Ajaokuta Steel Company is one of resilient hope that the legislator representing the zone will pursue national development as the town will look better in the future.
Honorable Abdurrahim Sani Egide, President, SEA Foundation and former Permanent Secretary in Kogi State Ministry of Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, is a man who is remarkable and gentle. He is a member of All Progressive Congress, and he is representing the good people of Ajaokuta Federal Constituency in Kogi State. He is married with children.
A lot of expectation. There's high expectation from my constituents, a lot. And maybe probably because I don't know, is it that the economic situation or the way they have been presented in the past? But then I know that yes, there's a lot of expectation from my people. And what I did differently when I was inaugurated, because of that expectation, the first thing I did was to constitute a committee of need assessment, because I wouldn't want to be going here. So the first thing I did was to inaugurate a committee called Need Assessment Committee. And I draw some of our sons and daughters who are technocrats, some are doctors, some are lecturers in various institutions, brought them together, mix them with the politicians at home, mix them with people that are on ground, to be able to go around my 14 wards that make my constituency to assess what exactly do we need to do for our people to be able to satisfy their curiosity, to be able to see that life is meaningful, life is improved for them. So they go around and they were able to put something down for me that has to do with the economy, infrastructure, and even so many areas, education, even health, because education and health is one of my focal point areas that I want to concentrate. So they're able to put it together for me, which by the grace of God, I'm going to translate into the budget this year, because this is the first budget that I'm directly involved. The last budget that's about to end was not much involved. It was a budget that was prepared by my predecessor. So he may not have what my people have told me right now. So but from the need assessment now, I am going to translate it to the budget this year. And this is the best we can do this year, so that my people will have the benefit of me being here.
The echoes of molten steel and the clangs of machinery in Ajakuta serves as a reminder of the nation's unwavering commitment.
One of the major needs of my people, not even my people, the nation, based looking at where I'm coming from, Ajakuta's environment, and my local knowledge and the international knowledge of Ajakuta Steel Company, I think if there's anything that I want to achieve in this house, is to see that Ajakuta Steel Complex is completed and is functional. And this cannot be done without a very, very strong legislative involvement, because first of all, Ajakuta needs the political will of the government because of the massive nature of that organization. It required a lot of funding, and that funding cannot just come from a budget cycle. We need a project fund. We need a legislation that can actually appropriate a fund over a period of time. Because if you look at Ajakuta, the way it is being initiated or the way it is being proposed, you are expected to have a liquid steel coming out of a blast furnace, for instance. It's not, Nigeria have not gotten any steel industry in Nigeria. What we have in Nigeria is recycling. You collect garbages, you use ions, then you recycle them. Ajakuta is not meant for such. Ajakuta is expected to roll out a liquid steel for you that can be used as, like, we call it, you roll Ajakuta, you roll the steel out into flat sheet, into what you call channels. Those are steels that can make a country industrialized.
To shaping its destiny on the rail of progress as Nigeria continues to evolve economically, the revitalization of Ajakuta Steel Company gains momentum.
One of my heart desire is that Ajakuta government should be able to assist this country. We should legislate where funds can be appropriated for the steel company to come on board. And this cannot be done with 1 year cycle budget, because you need to, first of all, work on the minings. You need very gigantic functional mining companies. You talk of dolomites, you talk of iron ore, you talk of clay, you talk of coking coal. Those are going to be in a very high quantity, industrialized mining organizations to be able to mine those raw materials that will feed the Ajakuta Steel Company. And this cannot come until the federal government take a bold step and appropriate fund in a special project fund where various ministries, like, okay, for instance now, mining is different from steel, and they need to collaborate. Steel cannot work without mining. It's not possible. You cannot roll steel out without the raw materials. And raw materials has to come through mining because they are deposited. And the advantage is that those raw materials are still within the Kogi state. You have cooking coal in Akpa. You have limestones in Jakuramabu here, in Lokoja here. You have iron ore in Tape here. You have the clay here in Ajakuta here. You have dolomite everywhere here. So every raw material needed is within Ajakuta and Kogi state, for instance, at large. So until this is done, and we need government will, political will, and thank God for the president of this country. We have seen that, yes, he's highly interested in industrializing this country, and there's no way that can be done without the Ajakuta State Company. So one of my interests is that I should be able to legislate in this house, and my other colleagues should be able to support me, support this country, because this country needs Ajakuta very bad this time around. We need it very serious. Of course, look at, okay, they have just presented budget. One of the single, almost 80% of source of raw material, or source of revenue for the budget we implemented is petroleum, crude oil. It means our country is mono economy.
Feedback on NTA Parliament.
I am here. Each day I travel to my constituency, I bleed. I feel so bad when you look at the investment of this country in that place. How I wish Nigeria can see what they have invested there and then make sure for our children. It will also go further to solve insecurity problem. To solve insecurity problem. Because everybody's busy. Who had time to go and commit crime? When you come from work in the evening, you are tired, you want to relax. What time do you have to plan? Some places, sometimes if such things are working, you work hourly basis. We really, really appreciate federal government under the leadership of His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that he has taken some very bold steps. And we are looking at that. By His grace of God, He will come to the aid of this country by making sure that the Ajakuta Steel Company come on board. And Nigeria will be happy. Everybody will be better for it. Ajakuta Steel Company has the capacity of absorbing our children from the labor market, over 10,000. Only one of the sector. If you can imagine now, if you have the mining sectors who are mining the coking coal, mining the iron ore, mining the clay, mining the limestone, that is going to be, we needed such a mining company that are at the size of Dangote. Each of them can take over 10,000 from the market. So what else are we talking about? What else are we talking about? So I was able to raise the motion. Magnanimous alone enough, the speaker then called me and said I should read my motion. And I read my motion in the House, even though there's some little flaw. But then I read the motion, and the motion was adopted, was considered as an emergency because of the flood involved. And as I speak with you today, that road is being ascended to by federal government. First of all, I want to appreciate you, Joy, and your crew. And thank you, the viewers. Specifically, thank you, my constituent, because I'm sure they'll be very happy seeing me. And I want to thank them for the privilege they have given me to serve. And I promise them that I won't let them down. I won't let the nation down. And particularly, I'll make my state proud. I thank all of them, thank Nigerians for their patience. I also want to plead with them to give this government some benefit of doubt. They should give us some time, that by grace of God, I'm seeing light in the tunnel, that with the way that His Excellency, the President of this country, have started, I'm very sure that we are going to move forward. There will be a lot of development, there will be improvement in the country. I thank the viewers, I thank everybody. And thank you specifically for giving me this privilege to talk to Nigerians. Thank you.
My name is Honorable Ahmed Usman Jaha, member representing Chibok, Dambua, and Goza Federal Constituency, including the remaining 87 not yet recovered Chibokians. I recommend you watch feedback program on NTA Parliament Channel 370.
The lawmaker expressed determination to collaborate with stakeholders to bring about positive change to uplift the lives of the people of his constituents. Join us next week as we continue to bring to you in-depth insights into the issues that matter most. See you next week. My name is Joy. Go out there, contribute your own little quarter. Be a good and humble Nigerian.